Hello everyone, welcome back to Black Widow Fishing. I'm Bryce, and today we've got our December Monster Bass box. So I did ask them to send it to me a little bit earlier so it doesn't come out at the end of the month, and they came through on that, so I actually received it before I received my mystery tackle box from Shop Carl's. So let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so as always, it's laid out just like I like it. With the documentation on top. And this one says protect your gear. So I believe that's the theme for this box. And one thing I want to point out about Monster Bass's little information packet that I don't think I actually put enough emphasis on is that every single thing that they include in the box, they include inside here as a lesson. So if you haven't received a Monster Bass box before, I highly recommend giving it a try, especially if you get like the Monster Tackle Box or the Mystery Tackle Box and you like it. I suggest giving Monster Bass a try. And I'll leave a link in the description as well as a coupon code that you can use if you want to give them a try. But this booklet is really informative. Even if you have decades or years or months of experience fishing, everything they include here, they leave with a short little lesson, and it's always a good read. You'll perhaps pick up something new that you didn't know, or a different way of doing something that you already knew. And I often find many things that I can do different, or I could add to what I already do for a little bit better results. So I absolutely recommend Monster Bass. All right, moving into the box, the first thing that I see here is a Bruiser Baits. It's called the Defender. It's a square bill crankbait. It's 2 1/4 inches, 7/16 ounces, and it dives 2 to 4 feet. Here, I'll give you a good close-up there. And like we do every month, we will go ahead and take photos and put these somewhere along here so you guys can see these. But this comes in like a shad pattern, and it has what I call an outstanding color. You can't really see it, but it has an outstanding color on the bottom of purple. And I said, I believe it was last week in one of my videos, that the color purple seems to work fantastic in the cold winter months. So that's number one. Number two is we have a 13 fishing Poppy McPopface 75. I actually have one of these, not this particular one. And it's a floating 5/8 of an ounce. It's got, you know, the same shad pattern, but it's more blue along the top and just the traditional color on the bottom of the silver or gray, whatever you want to call it. But here's the Poppy McPopface. This will be good, especially when the bass really start attacking those schools of shad or other bait fish, and you're seeing blow-ups around you. Just drop one of these right into the middle of that, pop it a few times, let it sit, and you'll probably get hooked up. The next item in our box is a Vicious Fishing Trapper. It's a 2 1/2 inch lipless crank. It's a 1/2 ounce, and it's in a, looks like a shad color too. A little bit more blue than silver. And I know the lighting's not great in here, so you probably can't see these. So you probably have to wait for the photos. But this has got a fairly big rattle, which is a little bit surprising given the time of year. But you know, we'll still give it a try. The next item, is we've got a Rick Clunn Trickster RC Series spinnerbait. It's 3/4 of an ounce. It's got 2 blades, and it's like a green watermelon pumpkin color almost. There you go. And so spinnerbaits, if you're going to use a spinnerbait during this time of year, you want to cast it out there and you want to reel it very slowly, just enough to where the blades are spinning, but not any faster. And you'll probably get some success on that. But if you fish a spinnerbait and you fish it a little bit faster in the wintertime, it's probably not going to work out for you. All right, the next item is we've got a Lunker Hunter Finesse Worm, a 1/4 ounce, and they're 3 inches. It's got a Ned head or a Ned rig, however you want to say it, at the end of the one in the middle. And these are green watermelon pumpkin. So yeah, a pre-rigged Ned setup. Ned rigs will work fantastic this time of year. Throw it in there, leave it on the bottom, kind of skip it back and forth or give it a little bit of action. but overall you just want to kind of be slow and methodical on your retrieve with really any bait this time of year, with the exception of that speed cranking that I talked about earlier. We're going to crank that thing in really, really fast, let it stop, and let it sit for a while. Kind of like with your jerk baits, you give it a few twitches and then you just let it sit. Same thing with your finesse baits. You kind of just want to move them really slowly. So that's that. The next item that we have is the Z-Man Razor Shad Green Pumpkin. These are the 4.5 inch ones. They're just like a jointed body soft jerk bait or soft swim bait. I don't think I've used this particular one before, but to be honest, soft jerk baits are not really my favorite. I mean, I'll fish them, obviously, because they do catch fish, but I prefer to use an actual hard jerk bait, or if I'm going to use some kind of soft jerk bait or even like a fluke style, I'll usually throw it on a drop shot. But, there they go. Then our next is we have a Big Bites Baits, a 3 7/4 jointed jerk minnow in green pumpkin. So again, it's another soft jerk bait. This one's got like a split tail at the end. It's almost like a wide tail, and then the rest of the body is like a traditional stick bait or worm kind of shape with joints cut into it. So interesting. Same thing applies to what I just said about the other soft jerk bait. Okay, then let's get into the other stuff. So, of course, everybody knows spear points are my favorite hooks ever. These are the EWGs. These are size 3. So EWG is just that extra wide gap that you would want to use for soft jerk baits. That allows you to kind of put the nose of the hook through the bait, lip it around, and hook it into the back, and it gives you that little offset that keeps your bait straight. So, best hooks ever. I recommend you picking up some spear points. We've got our golden ticket, which I've talked about before tons of times, so we won't go over that. Our sticker this month is this guy. It's like a mechanical fish face. Kind of interesting. Alright, and then our coupon for this month is a free shirt on any order of $25 or more. There you go. So I believe, and I haven't received any word from Monster Bass, but I believe they're no longer giving the free entry into their online tournament, or if they're even still doing their online tournament. I imagine they are still doing it, but it doesn't look like you're getting a free entry anymore. More so now you're getting a free item when you order $25 or more, which if you order the Platinum box, you've ordered $25 or more. Use this coupon that you get with your box and you'll always get something free. Or if you decide to do the 3-month subscription where you can get a buy 3, get 1 free, you can use this as well. Alright, and then we have what appears to be one more item in here. And microfiber neck gaiter. It shows a little different pictures on the front, so it took me a little bit to figure out what it is. But it's a neck gaiter. So let's go ahead and open it up, because I'm not going to take a picture of this one, I don't think. But let's open it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so it's definitely Monster Bass. It's got a bass pattern on either side of it. Well, it definitely looks like a largemouth pattern on the side. Interesting color. Never seen one like this before, but I do love getting all kinds of buffs because I throw them in a box with all my cold weather gear or my rain gear too as well, and it goes with me every time I go fishing, whether I'm in the boat or the kayak, and I just grab one out and then I'll wash it and throw it back in there. So this box is done being unboxed. As far as the items in the box, I think this box is actually a pretty good value. Like I said, when they changed up not giving us the cards, I think when they went over to the platinum colored boxes or the black colored boxes, they stopped giving us those info cards with the names of the baits that were inside the box as well as their price. So we can't actually, determine how much it actually costs. But by the number of baits and the type of baits that we got in there, as well as the buff, I would say you definitely would have got your money's worth for this month and then some. Lot better results with this box than probably the last few, so not upset about that. And now over to our Monster Bass giveaway. I do have a winner. Unfortunately, I'm coming back from an appointment today before I film this, so I wasn't able to actually pull that winner up before filming. So the winner will be right here somewhere. So if you see your name there and you won, go ahead and reach out to me on my email at bryce@blackwidowfishing.net. Send me your details, and then I will send you a platinum monster bass box. We'll probably wait till January so you don't get this box. You'll get the new one that we unbox, which is just a couple weeks away. But go ahead and send me your information, and we'll get that sent out to you. For everybody else, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you found this helpful. If you want to see any more of the content that I put out, it really helps. We're trying to get close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I think we're about 150 away or so. So please subscribe if you haven't already. And that's all for this time. Catch you next time.